Okay, so this is the new desk for the studio. It will go kind of there. You'll see that more when we start setting it up. But this is from a company called Tribe Signs, I think. It's kind of hard to see that R right there, but that is an R. This is about a 55-pound desk. It's about 20 or so kilograms for those who don't live in the US. And we're going to be setting this up. We're going to hopefully be able to fit all of our computer gear on top of this desk. It should be quite a bit larger, have a bit more surface area than our other L-shaped desk in Louisiana. So without further ado, let's go ahead and put this thing together, and then I don't know, we'll just kind of get some impressions as we go. If you're interested in this desk, I have it linked in the video description along with my other desk. This one was about $140, which still isn't bad for an L-shaped desk, mind you. This isn't top of the line or anything by any means, but I also have the other L-shaped desk before linked in the description as well. That one is considerably cheaper. It is just a bit smaller, not as sturdy as far as I'm aware, and I'll confirm that after we put this thing together. So let's go ahead and do that. So you can see with what we got here so far, this is just basically a metal frame, and then those, I don't know if that's plywood or what, but that will be our desk surface. Now this was very simple to install. I'm almost finished, but I wanted to show you how easy it actually was. So you can see we have all of these screws here. The larger, thicker ones are used to hold the metal beams in place. Those are these beams here that we are basically locking together. This is like the chassis, if you will, of the desk. Sorry about the terrible autofocus. And then these smaller ones I assume are going to be for holding the wood in place, etc. So what I want to do is just give you an example how simple this is. So I've got this last beam here to connect. This is kind of like a footrest. You can see it goes all the way to the back, and it's as simple as funneling this screw through. There are little grooves inside here that the screw will catch onto, and boom, just like that. You get included tools as well. So, I mean, it's literally that simple. It's really nice. This is actually easier to install than my previous L-shaped desk. I'm very happy so far with the installation process. Okay, I found one flaw, and this is something that I was reading about in the reviews. I figured I'd run into this eventually. So this hole right here is basically a guide for a screw that's supposed to go up through there and into basically a little cutout in the board to secure the board to the chassis. Well, this hole is not aligned with the hole drilled in the wood, which means that I'm going to have to improvise here. I'll probably end up just I don't know, probably loosening this bolt, trying to twist this beam kind of around this way so that I can angle it more toward the cutout in the board. Let's see how this goes. So in addition to purchasing the desk online, I also picked up some of these cable sleeves here. They're just Velcro adhesive, nothing special about them, but you can cut them down to size, which is great, and they're fairly cheap as well. They're also linked in the description, so if you want to kind of cable manage as you go, not stuff inside your PC obviously, but just cables that are kind of sprouting out from your PC or your screen, or maybe a receiver, something along those lines, then something like this is excellent for that, and the fact that you can cut it down to size is great. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be lining kind of just the floorboards here underneath the tables to hide some of those cables, just make it look a bit more tidy. Alright, and I'm going to call it quits at this point. I think that I've done a good enough job cable managing. There's nothing sprawling down behind the desk, and I've used one of those Velcro adhesive things to conceal the cables that are running from the subwoofer and other speaker wires and things like that. So I'm going to call it kind of like an 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. Obviously, I could have done much better behind this little plastic shelf thing. There are just so many cables going in so many directions back there that there's virtually no way that I can cable manage that without cutting into the wall and hiding things behind the wall. So that's just kind of how it's going to be for now. Maybe if I come across some kind of desk shelf thing to put here that has like some kind of backing, you can't see those cables just laying down behind it, that would be a solution. But for now, that's about as good as it's going to get. I think it looks clean though. I think that the setup is decent considering what I have to use. I'm a big fan of this desk. I do recommend it. I actually prefer this desk more than I preferred the other cheaper desk. You get what you pay for here. In this case, you're paying about twice as much as you would for the other case linked in the description that I used earlier in previous builds. Here's an example right here. But this desk is just suits my needs better. It's bigger. It just has more space to work, and that's exactly what I need in this room. So without further ado, here is the new studio. It will be here, it will be this way for quite a while. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video, GTX 1080 Ti time with the Accelerate version. It's gonna be pretty cool. I think y'all will enjoy that one. This is Science Studio. Thanks for building with us.